The second episode is a man that probably needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. An absolute superstar with the Springvale Districts Footy Club, a premiership player, one of the all-time great characters of the Southern Footy Netball League, and nominated to do this by his soon-to-be co-host of his new GameFace show, David Monaghan. Donk, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Pleasure's all mine, Wilbur. Happy to be here. Thanks for the nomination, Jacko. I'd like to be lining up on him tomorrow, but which would have been the Good Friday match, but this will do me for now.
No, very good, mate. We'll chat about the Good Friday game in just a sec, but obviously isolation, a lot of people sort of sitting at home at this time of the year. It's a bit of a weird situation for everyone, mate. How have you been holding up? What's been happening?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been all right, I guess. I'm still being able to work, which is really handy for myself. Spending the weekends home alone is pretty hard enough. Just trying to keep active. Once or twice a week, I raided the footy club's gym. It's just over there. It's collecting dust at the minute, but I'll probably get into that soon. If they put us into lockdown, but just trying to keep active. Couple nights a week. Find myself cooking a lot more. Just trying to keep busy. Just trying to keep busy, really, mate. Without leaving the house.
Yeah, that's you can't be doing that. You get fined as soon as you set foot outside the house without a good reason. You've been like the rest of the world and just binging everything on Netflix. Yeah,
I've been watching the Tiger King. There's so much going on in that. I reckon there's a bit of Tiger King. I could be the Tiger King, but I'm on the Tiger King. What else am I on? I've just started Ozark. I might be late on that, but I've just started that. So yeah, a bit of binge and everything. Foxtel's just giving us all the movie channels, which has been good. And I don't know, there's a website out there that they give you the premium. If you catch me drift. So giving that a good workout also. So to all you boys or girls out there who enjoy the Triple X websites, there's a free premium rolling around, I'm pretty sure anyway.
Oh, very good. No wrist injuries to report?
Nah, bit of metacarpal injuries, but nah, all good on my front, mate. All good.
No, very good, mate. Very good. Obviously, the footy club sort of got to keep it a little bit separate these days. How are you all staying connected at this time of the year?
Yeah, the group chat. So we've created a group chat, and I'm in that every day. I don't have a missus or a dog or a family to really keep me busy, so I'm in the group chat, just keeping the vibes up. But we're doing a thing where the leaders will probably post. We'll post 2 a week. It's obviously not. It's obviously optional. But just maybe a little workout at home, maybe a jog around the oval or 3K or something like that, and we're just all kind of posting our results in the comments. So if you're up to it, you post it, and that's one way to stay motivated, I guess, for us boys, because it's a bit hard to get motivated and run around by yourself. It's not the same as heading down to Spring on a Thursday night, having a shower with the boys, into some cards and whatnot. So you just got to find other avenues to talk to each other and stay active, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. There's no substitute to getting out there with the guys, and obviously that connectedness is a big thing at the Springvale Districts Footy Club, and I know Coach Tomo been putting a fair bit of effort into the mental health and wellness side of things as well for the club, which is always wonderful. And at GameFace, we've got Game Changer as well. That's been pretty active as well in the suicide prevention and mental health space. And never is that sort of more important than at a stage now where we're all sort of isolated from each other. And how's the club sort of been, I guess, from that point of view, checking up on everyone? Have you got someone that you're touching base with regularly to make sure that you're all on top of things and going okay?
Yeah, well, the funny thing is we recruited a bloke this year, or the end of last year, called Matt Runnels, and he runs a mindfulness program. And on our training camp, we just kind of all sat down together and went through a few things, a few personal things, and because we had one of those instances occur in the club, a suicide, and so it really hit home with a lot of our players, and we just went over some ways to prevent that. The checking in on your mates and asking the hard questions and being able to answer those questions and when you're asking those questions, not just asking them, going, "Oh, how you going?" and then as a passing comment, really looking for an answer off your mates. And so I guess it was in hindsight, like, it was beautiful that we got to learn it before the lockdown. So we're putting all that into cause now, and everyone's checking in on each other. It's a good brotherhood down there. I'm really lucky, and the boys should be proud of what we created down there. So it's working really well for us, and it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, for sure. There's probably no tighter unit in footy than the Springvale Districts Footy Club, and I can sort of say that from a little bit of experience, having known you guys for quite some time, and obviously Tomo as well. So doing some wonderful things down there. Of course, GameFace now sort of starting to ramp up a little bit, and a new show going to be premiering very, very shortly, featuring your good self. I know everyone in the SVNL community has been out of me. When's Donk going to get his own show? Donk needs his own show. He's one of the great characters. And finally, it's happened, and you're getting your own live show alongside Jacko Fry, talking about this, that, and the other. A little bit of footy, a little bit of shit. You must be looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be good to have my own thing with Jacko. You know, got a little bit of history, me and Jacko, so it'd be good to get to know him even further. And you know, there'll be no rules on our podcast show, whatever we want to call it. It'll just be a little bit of a free for all, which is probably where me and him are at our best. I feel it'll be a good show, and I feel like the age demographic, all our age of football players, probably enjoy it. So hopefully get a bit of a following, and we're looking forward to getting stuck into that. In the not too distant future, it'll be good.
I can't wait, mate. It's going to be an absolute ripper. But for then and now, let's rip into a few questions, mate. Let's get to know you a little bit more, and ask you a few curly ones sort of towards the end. So
hit me, baby.
Let's do it. Righto, Donk. How old are you, pal?
27, turning 28 in June. So I'm a Gemini.
In June, of course. That'll probably be a low-key celebration, I would have thought, given the way things are going.
Well, yeah, I looked it up in the record, and I seen it was the Queen's birthday weekend that weekend as well. I was licking my lips, thinking, I could go hell for leather that weekend. We got the weekend off footy, but got no footy at all. So, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how we are and what stage of lockdown we're in at that stage, and hopefully I'll be able to have a couple of friends over.
Very good. Now, I saw the little graphic that GameFace put out yesterday. So your birth month is which SVNL you're stuck in isolation with. June, you're stuck with a suburban footballer. How would you go?
Yeah, I did see that. I was almost going to shoot little Tommy Seagan a message and say me and him, I think we'd go well. I could teach him a few things along the way, and he could learn a lot from me. So me and Tommy Seagan, the suburban footy player, would be all right.
I think so too. I mean, two of the funniest blokes I've ever met. So there'd be no shortage of laughs, but beers might be a bit light on by the end of the month, I would have thought.
I reckon. We'll wake the neighbours up on the recycle day with the bin getting emptied, I reckon.
Oh, very good. Hey, what do you do for a crust, mate?
I work for a mob called Brilliant Interiors. There's a little plug, Burnsy. Used to be the president of the footy club. So I did a plastering apprenticeship with him, but do more of the carpentry side. We do Safeways, so a bit of suspended ceilings. I would say I'm a plasterer, but I'm not. So, I work in the construction. Bit of a tradie.
Not a plasterer, but used to getting plastered, I imagine.
Yeah. Yes. Good play on words.
That's what I do best. You're working at the minute? How's the work situation?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're working at the minute. So we've been really lucky, I guess. I know there's a lot of people in some unfortunate scenarios at the minute. So I've been really lucky, and we're just going to keep working until we're told otherwise. So they've obviously got all the rules on the job site. You know, washing the hands, social distancing. There's signs everywhere. So it's pretty much straight to work and then home. Work's actually the highlight of my day these days. So still working at the minute, which is good. Have some cash flow coming in.
That's a positive, and I hope that continues for you, pal. Nicknames. Obviously, most people know you as Donk. Have you got any other nicknames throughout your time in footy that you care to share?
Well, there's Monos, Donks, Fitty. I used to get called a little bit to 50 Cent. They're the main ones. Donk's really taken over. So Bloody, even my mum tried to call me Donk, but I had to pull her up and said, you just keep it to Dave. So, they're my nicknames.
I don't think I've ever called you Dave ever, but anyway, it is what it is. What car are you running around in? What's the chariot at the moment?
The chariot is a Mitsubishi Triton 2014 model. Currently with the back canopy smashed in, reversed into a tree. So that's no good. But that's a chariot I'm rolling around in at the minute. A couple of Richmond membership stickers on the back. If you see me driving around, give me a toot.
There's a few people that probably wouldn't have admitted to backing it into a tree, but I admire your remarkable openness and honesty, mate. Any tattoos?
I've got a couple of tattoos. Hang on there. That's me, Springvale Districts Premiership. If you didn't, I hope you've seen that. That was me.
Yep.
Springvale Districts Premiership one. It may only be Div 3, but I didn't get that put on there. I just got the Springvale Districts Premiers 18 on it. So I've got a few tattoos. I've never been sober when I've got any of them. Most of them just mates' names on my feet, footy trip ones. That's all my tattoos.
And hopefully in the coming years you can add a couple more numbers under that SDFC emblem as well.
I would have liked to. I would have liked to have a 2021 under there, but we'll see how we go.
Still an opportunity, mate, and if you're still young enough to still have plenty more good years in front of you. Who knows? Maybe even a Division 1 up there in a couple of years as well. We'll have to wait and see. What school did you go to, mate?
I went primary school. I went to Noble Park Primary School, and then I shifted up to Echuca when I was 10, and did grade 6 and all my high school up in Echuca College. So shouts out to all my Echuca fans out there. I know they're probably listening.
Well, they will be. I mean, this will be going out on prime time, I would have thought. Man of your stature deserves a prime time. Junior footy club?
Echuca United Eagles. Echuca United Eagles, and played some juniors at Noble Park as well. That was only under 9s, under 10s. Then, Echuca United.
Any highlights from those years?
Highlights. Lost to Granny, to Deniliquin.
We owe that mob.
Yeah, we do owe the Rams. So it wasn't too many highlights. Didn't win a BNF or nothing like that. Was too young to be drinking. But no, it was good fun. It was good fun up in Echuca. They do the under 14s, under 17s, resi seniors all in a day. So it's that tight-knit country footy, which I really loved.
Yeah, how good is country footy? And they'd probably be doing it pretty hard, probably more so than sort of we are in the city at the moment. I mean, it's obviously a massive part of the local community having footy, and with that gone, it's probably doing it tough up there. So our thoughts go out to them. This question's an interesting sort of one, though. I don't think I've asked this too many times, but I've got it written down on my sheet here. Do you believe in God?
No, I don't. I'm not religious, spiritual at all. I kind of just take everything as it comes at me. No.
Favourite food? What's your go-to meal of choice?
I'm big Thai, man. The Thai's my favourite cuisine. So if it's a Friday night or whatnot, I usually treat myself to a bit of Thai, bit of roti bread, or green curry or something like that. Unreal.
You been to Thailand?
Yeah, I have. I spent a night in hospital there with the Crook Guts, with a few boys, Josh Ferguson from Dingley and Matty Thompson and Kyle Martin, and they were all having fun, and I was in hospital, shitting out the eye of a needle. Wasn't good.
You poor bastard. It's a very good cuisine, actually. Don't mind a bit of Thai. Hey, what's your worst habit?
My worst habit? Probably just talking too much on a bender. I feel sometimes I don't shut up. Maybe get a bit obnoxious. I don't know. It's not that bad a habit, actually. That's not a bad habit, actually. I think that's a good trait.
Well, talking too much is the reason why you've got your own show, mate. And that's why the millions are going to tune in to listen to you, because you've actually got stuff to say.
That's a good way to look at it. Bad habits. I'm sure I've got them. If anyone knows any of my bad habits, post them in the comments. So,
good call. We'll soon find out. I reckon a few of the guys at Springvale Districts might chime in with a few.
I'm sure they'll let me know. Yeah.
What are you scared of?
Scared of getting my teeth knocked out in footy. Maybe just I'm always a bit worried about that. I can't wear a gum shield or whatever, the mouth guard. So I'm worried about losing my teeth playing footy. I'm not scared of, like, I suppose I don't like spiders and that, but I'm not that scared of them. Yeah, probably don't want to damage the goods, just scared of getting uglier.
Yeah, not ruining the money maker. I mean, that's
yeah,
that's your hallmark.
Yeah, that's it.
What pisses you off more than anything? What's your pet peeve?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got heaps, but my pet peeve is people who like badmouth like Richmond on social media. Like I'm an avid Richmond fan, so I'll support them, but I never bag Collingwood or any other clubs on my social media. I just support my own. And when people come and post on my wall like shipment or something bad about Richmond, I just delete them straight away off Facebook, no matter how close they are to me. That pisses me off. Obviously, when you're driving, give way to someone, they don't wave. That pisses me off. What else pisses me off? Oh, heaps of other shit, but it's all minor stuff.
I'll probably hear that a lot in terms of the traffic. There's so many nuffs on the road that you just want to high five in the face with a brick. But anyway, we'll...
Yeah, well, in this pandemic, there's not much traffic on the roads going to work, so it's actually been all right the last few weeks, which is
How good is
great.
It?
And school holidays, yeah, it's unreal. Getting from A to B real quick.
Unless you're a learner driver, in which case you've probably got a case to answer.
Yeah.
Your man crush. Have you got one? And who is it?
Yeah. There's me, Jim, that I took off the footy club.
Very good.
Just grabbing a beer, Wilbur. Just grabbing a beer.
No worries.
My man crush, yeah. Oh, Jesus. I love Richo, Matty Richardson. I love Dusty. Mick Fanning. I like Mick Fanning. In the way of Hollywood man crushes, maybe, I don't know, Brad Pitt, but he's getting a bit old now, but yeah, they're me man crushes. Dusty Martin.
Don't mind the stubby older too.
Mate. Yeah. They need to get new ones, though. They haven't put the latest premiership in 2018 up there, but yeah.
Franger, get on that. Franger, get on that.
Shouts out to Franger. He's going to be having a baby this week. I know he'll be definitely watching, Franger. He's a big fan of the GameFace and you, Wilbur. So good luck, Franger and Foxy.
Yeah, thoughts go out to you, mate. It's big news for you, and yeah, we're all really wrapped for you. So on behalf of us at GameFace, congratulations, guys, and yeah, all the best with the new edition. Last one from the About You set of questions. Do you dance?
Yeah, do really, really well too. Might I add. I've only got a couple dance moves, but when they're pulled out, I pull them out well. R&B man, so that's me. That's probably when you're more likely to see them than not. But I'll grab Nan or Mum and even do a little waltz if I have to. Not afraid to get up on the dance floor.
We'll have to wait until the lockdown finishes and get you to show us a few moves, man.
That's it, mate. We'll do.
Especially after a couple of beverages. All right, some footy ones now, Donk. AFL team, obviously you mentioned Richmond before, but any sort of favourite players that you've loved over the journey?
Yeah, so it started Richo. I used to love Ben Holland for some reason when I was real younger. Richo, then Joel Bowden, and then I got into Chris Newman and Brett Delidio, and then Shane Edwards, and then Dusty. They've all had a go. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Richmond nut, but go the Tigers.
I hear Joel Bowden's gone into politics in Northern Territory now.
I did read that in the paper a few months back. I heard he was doing good things. Shouts out to you, Joel. He's probably watching as well. So
one of the forgotten names of yesteryear, but an absolute star he was. What's your favourite position?
Missionary. because I don't usually get out of it that quick. But on the footy ground?
I deliberately didn't add that bit into the question just so I could let you make up your own mind and see where it went.
Yeah, sorry about me. I keep moving my phone. It keeps falling on me. My favourite position, I'd like to say on ball, but I never get put on ball. I was meant to start on ball in our first pracky match, but that got canned. But I enjoyed my season on the wing last year. I'd been playing on half back for a few years before that and got moved up to the wing. And with our structures, really started to enjoy it. And, yeah, played some all right footy there as well, which was handy. So, I like the wing.
Best player you've ever played with or against? Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you mid-sip.
No, that's all right. There's plenty of time for that. Well, I played with Gav Vassallo, but I can't really remember it that much. I was pretty young. I was floating in and out of the ones and twos. Sam Raru and Ben Stacey, seeing them firsthand every week, especially when they get work put into them, Raru especially, and just still dominate games is pretty impressive. To be honest, I never used to take too much attention to the opposition because I didn't like to give them the satisfaction. But, yeah, don't know. I played against a few good ones. But, yeah, they're the best players I've played with. And Scootsy Wettering could be up there too. He had a pretty dominant season last year. But I can't give him too many compliments because his ego over the space of 12 months, he would sit on this little screen here.
Yeah, so I heard. I heard he's grown in size as well. That's commensurate with his head, from what I'm told.
Yeah, spot on.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing him take the field again. Big fan of Scootsy. So
yeah, he's a good young man. Love him.
He's an absolute ripper, and yeah, it's good to play this who's running around in the Southern Footy League Div 2 comp. That's for sure. Hey, do any of your family members play footy as well?
Nah, none of them. My brother, he comes and watches and drinks every week. So shouts out to you, Andy. Thanks for the sorry, mate. Yeah, Andy my brother comes and watches. And Mum comes and watches. She's just one of those loud supporters who's probably overly biased to me, even though I'm not that good and doesn't really know what's going on. But they love the club. They're down there every week. So, but I'm the only one who plays for my family.
That's. I was going to ask this question a little bit later, but you've actually just given us a nice little segue into it. Who are some of the best supporters at the footy club? I know there's quite a few that sit there and barrack passionately. Your mum, for starters. Who are some of the loudest ones in the outer?
Well, it'd be absolutely rude of me. Our number one supporter is Sharon Thompson, the coaches, and Matt Thompson players. Their mum. She'll definitely watch this and she'll comment on it. She'll be rapt. She's so loud. I know that, like, on the field, Emma will give her the daggers, or after a game, Tomo will message her telling her to shut the up. But she comes and watches practice matches, brings her seat. She loves it. You get her partner, P. Diddy. He's complete opposite to her. He'll sit there, have 6 cans, or if his mates come down, he'll have 15 cans with his mates. So they're there, rain, hail, or shine every week. You got the Coopers, who are Springy Club legends. Even though they don't have any children of their own playing, Tony Cooper and Bobby, I guess their nephews are playing, and grandchildren are coming. They're there every week. We've got Steve Hennessy, Andy Monaghan. They're always in the bar somewhere. So, yeah, we've got some loyal supporters down there. They always stick around, which is great.
It's you're pretty lucky to have such good supporters, and that's the lifeblood of every footy club, isn't it? Yeah,
that's it, mate. To come down on a 14-degree day to Springvale and watch a side run around it takes some good people to do that. So shouts out to all the Springy supporters. We bloody love you.
Well said, Donk. Now, who's the most promising player that you've played with? Could be junior footy, could be senior footy. Who do you reckon's the most promising?
Yeah, well, we've already given him a bit of a rap. Scootsy, obviously, is really talented. Who else?
Because a lot of people forget he's only 20.
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
He's a kid.
So he's genuinely a kid. He's a child. If you hang around him, you'll find that out. But like he hasn't even hit the peak of his powers yet. So when he does that, he's definitely the most promising. This lockdown might not be good for us because I'm sure there'll be other clubs and at high levels that he could easily take over, and hopefully he stays at Springy for most of his career. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, he's definitely the most promising. But enough of him.
Yeah, he loves the club though, which is the main thing. And yeah, I hope he stays and the long-term player for you guys, because he's not only a great player, but he's actually a ripping dude as well. It's good fellow to have around the club.
He's a legend.
Who's the toughest teammate of yours at the moment?
Peter Heng, Peter Chong Heng. He kicked the seal against the Hammers that day when I fluffed it. He's the toughest. He's the toughest player.
Your teammates still won't let that go.
No. Well, there was a thing on Instagram this week. It was called the Hang the Boots Up Challenge, and people were posting little videos of where they stuffed up. And I said, "Hold my beer! I've got one of the old-time ones running into an open goal with 30 seconds to go, and I don't know, bounced it on my shoe or got caught or something." But yeah. Back to the question. Pete Heng's the toughest player. Sam Raru's obviously tough. Yeah. But I've got to give it to Chong. Every second week he's coming off with a Joel Salad headband or a cut somewhere. So shouts out to you, Chong.
Part of his look now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got his head full of scars. So it's a good look for him.
Yeah, tough as a cat's head. Who's the funniest teammate? I mean, outside of yourself, who's the probably the funniest bloke in local footy, outside of Tommy Seagate.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed, of course, but who's the funniest teammate?
I'd say little Beersy Allender. I know you know him well. He's a young fella as well. He's 21.
Or Milks.
Milky Allender. He's really funny, especially that these young blokes are getting funnier and younger. They're crazy. They're at I can't remember when I was that young, but if I don't know if I was doing the stuff they're doing, their benders that they're on. Beersy Allender's really, really funny. He's not your picture of health person. He's got guts everywhere, but I've never seen a bloke more happier in his own body than Beersy Allender. So yeah, he's the funny current player. Paddy Ryan, past player of the club, is the funniest player of all time for mine.
Some couple of good blokes there, but for those that are watching this that don't understand the Milks reference, why don't you fill us in, Doc?
So we've got the ripping yarn. Yeah, so we're playing Chelsea Heights at Chelsea Heights. I think we give them a fair old touch-up too, by the way. So you got the Oaks Hungry Thirsty, as we know, the Milk, and young Lockie Cummins. I think he was injured that week. He ran out. Beers was sitting at full forward, as he does. And Lockie Cummins ran out to him with the 2-litre oat milk and said, "Beersy, need a drink, mate?" Beersy waved him down. Down come Lockie. Squigged the oat milk, as good blokes do, as good a good team like Springvale would. Offered the opposition some, and the opposition fullback for Chelsea Heights actually had a swig of the oat milk as well. And it was happy days, and it was good banter in local twos footy. It was a beautiful thing.
We should get that video up and going again on the GameFace channel.
We'll post it in the comments or on GameFace.
It's one of the great things I've seen on a local footy field. Who's got white line fever at the club? Who's the worst once they get onto the field?
Yeah, I think he's well renowned for it in not just our league. Can you see right? But all
mate.
Leagues. George Angelopoulos is he's an absolute menace when he crosses that field because he's the nicest bloke you could come across on the other side of the fence. But he's just really passionate and he just he can go a bit overboard, and we're trying to creep that out of his game. And I think he is. He's becoming a really good leader for us. So he's going to have no choice but to smarten up in some of those instances. But I've always said to George that he'll make a great coach if he can coach through Skype or something and wasn't allowed at the field because his white line fever's so bad. But George Angelopoulos and daylight second.
No, he's a good man. He's a good man, George. But you're right. He's starting to turn the corner a little bit. He's getting a lot better than he was. And Very good play and a ripping bloke to boot. So, g'day to you, George. If you've been watching, no doubt he will be, Donk.
He'll be watching.
Yeah. Finally, with the footy ones, who's the and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I know you will. Who's the most well-endowed bloke at Springvale Districts? Surely, with a name like Donk, that's got to be you, doesn't
it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Does that mean who's the most hung? That word?
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Didn't want to make a dick of myself. Pardon the pun.
There we go. That's champagne comedy.
So I didn't know I was hung until I played at Springy, and you got to go for that first shower, and the first shower is probably the most haunting thing you'll ever go through in local footy, in seniors anyway, because I'd never had a shower, and I'd only seen my shower and ones from porn. So I was comparing to the best of the best, so I didn't know where I stood, and then I went into the showers, and everyone was just like, "Wow, no."
Moving on now, we'll get to the double points. We're not actually keeping score, but these ones you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But seeing as though you did a good job with the last question, I don't think you'll have any issue with any of these. Do you remember the first girl you kissed? What was her name?
Yeah, her name was she was my next door neighbour from Keysborough. Her name was Sheridan. She's a beautiful young woman. Still friends with her to this day.
Yeah?
So she was my first kiss, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. And great that you can remain in touch too. You're such a romantic. Yeah. Such a sweetheart. Yeah. Name a player from another team that you could beat in a fight.
Maybe probably Taylor Rainey from Hampton Park. Make light work of him.
It's disappointing.
I know he's watching.
I know he is, and it's a bit disappointing that you guys aren't playing tomorrow. I mean, this is obviously the Thursday before the Good Friday. A bit disappointing you don't get the chance to prove that out tomorrow. A bit of a shame.
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
So was I. It's the biggest game of the year bar finals for us, and it's so close to the season starting, and you're jumping out your skin. And Hampton Park, the last one we played in was, even though we lost, I can remember that day vividly. It was a great day. Besides the result, it's such a good feeling to play footy on Good Friday. So yeah, spewing.
Boxers, jocks, or free balling?
Yeah, brace. The Bonds brace. That's been me since I was year 7. So yeah,
comfy, tried and tested. Are you a folder or a scruncher?
I'm a scruncher. Always been a scruncher.
How's your supply at the moment? I know because a lot of people were running short in recent weeks, and the supermarket shelves were bare. You got enough of the supply there going?
Yeah, well, we do have enough. My old girl, she works at Woolies, so she put 24 rolls away for me, and I was lucky to get my hands on those. So I'm safe for now.
What an absolute legend!
Yeah.
Have you ever run away from a fight? Footy field, outside of footy, whenever.
Yeah. You got to pick your battles, and you're stupid if you don't. So I ran away from a few fights. Been beat up a couple of times. No real shots got in, but haven't been beat up too many times. I've been dropped a couple of times, but sometimes you got to pick your battles, Wilbur. I like to fight with my words, and then walk away.
Good call. Saves the money maker.
That's it, mate.
Which of your teammates has the best looking misses? This question's always a winner.
Yeah, well, teammate or coach, or I'll go. It was teammate was the question. Safe there, Tomo. I reckon Matt Thompson's
could be former teammate if you want to go that far.
No, I reckon Matt Thompson's misses is pretty hot, but we'll leave it at that.
Righto, moving on. Which of your teammates showers in their jocks? Time for you to out someone.
Yep. Oh, there's shitloads of them, and trust me, we don't let them. We let them know about it. So
it's not on in footy.
No, it's not. George actually gets a hose out, and some of them refuse to shower. So that's even worse than showering in your jocks. They'll just spray their arms, kick back on, and then waltz out like nothing's wrong. But Brody Letter, George Katsaris, boys, when we get back to it, you're showering. We're showering all together, no jocks. It's the reason I play footy, is to shower with 15 other blokes. It's simple as that.
When you're packing what you're packing, it's a little bit easier, isn't it?
It is. It is a bit easier, but you know that there's no rules in it. Everyone's got a package, and yeah, it's all fun.
What movie makes you cry?
Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith, and The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. Yeah, I get a bit. I've been teary with those two before.
Cracking movies.
Yeah, both crackers. Yeah, it's funny that you asked that actually, and that's why I was prepared for that, because I was just talking about that with my auntie the other day about movies, and I was thinking I've actually cried during those movies.
I'll tell you what, it takes a strong man to show their softer side too. Chad's a man that's really comfortable with where he sits.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Good man. And final one for you. What's the best meal that you can cook?
Well, I've nailed a Thai, a green Thai, green curry. I've just got into the slow cooker. So my Thai is my best meal I can cook. But I'm getting into the slow cooker game. Sketchy, my mate, has got me into the slow cooker game. So watch this space. It'll probably be on my new show with Jacko. I might tell you a few new meals coming up, and you can follow them at home.
Mate, looking forward to that show, and looking forward to coming around to dinner if you're busting the slow cooker out and showing us what you made.
Absolutely, mate.
Sounds good, and a few cans as well to just wash the whole thing down.
You bet you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Hey, thanks for joining me, mate. It's always good to chat to you. You're, as I said, off the top, one of the legends of Southern Footy League, and one of our great mates here at GameFace. Hopefully, this little isolation periods doesn't last too much longer. We can see you back out in the footy field sooner rather than later. And I'm actually looking forward to this new show of yours with Jackson Fry. It should be an absolute belter. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, cheers, Wilbur. Shouts out to everyone at home. Hopefully everyone stayed home this weekend. Flatten that curve, get back out there. Check in on your friends. Love yous all. Thanks, Wilbur.
Catch you, mate.
See you, mate.